Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about what's in my bag for 2025. So I'm going to start off with the accessories and then I'm going to move on to the most interesting bits, I guess, which is the actual gear. So for stools, I have two. I have one of these foldable, extendable circular stools and another one which is basically a kitchen stool, which is also foldable. And this is probably the one that I use the most, and I can usually put it here in my backpack, like so it's easy to carry. So one or the other, I always carry a stool because I think it's very important. One of the most crucial accessories, in my opinion, for a photographer, so we can get down low and I have those nice angles looking slightly up to make the athletes look a little bit more heroic, so to speak. The backpack is the Low Pro and it has a huge name. It's Pro Tactic BP 450 AW Mark II. That's a mouthful. It is quite big. It carries an insane amount of gear inside. It's obviously very customizable, so you can customize the way the pads go inside. You can also open it from the top if you want to have easy access to a camera, for example, and on the side as well. I don't do that because my gear is on this bag, this case here, the roller. But I have made a video specific about this backpack if you want to learn a little bit more about it. So let's look what's inside. Here is just some PVC tape that I use to put on the rain covers so that they don't move when I have them on the hood. On the other side, I probably have some lens cloth, yes. And that's pretty much it. Here on the inside, let's open it up. So on the inside, obviously rain covers. This one is by Think Tank. I made a video about this as well. This is for the 400. I also have one for the 7200 here, which is by Vanguard. I've also made videos about this. Then I have one strap and I use these loops and I'll show you in a second how they work on the camera. So my cameras do not have a strap always on. When I need it, I just use this to click. It clicks on and off very, very easily and fast. Speaking of straps, one of my favorite accessories is the Black Rapid Sports Breed strap. So you put it on as such and you will have the camera here so that when you need it, you pull it up to take a picture and then you let go and it just sits next to you. So very cool accessory. There's also double straps by Black Rapid and other brands as well if you want to have the same thing but for two cameras. Then continuing, I have here in a little bag two extra batteries in case I forgot to recharge them or it's a long day and I need to have additional juice, so to speak. So two additional batteries here. The photographer's bib for those matches where you need a bib, but the event or the organizer does not provide one for you. So for those cases, I have my own. If it's needed, it's here. It packs light. It doesn't take up too much space. A rocket blower to remove those hairs and dust and whatnot from the sensor or from the camera, the lenses, because you don't want to touch with your fingers. So very, very important. A case for extra memory cards in case it's needed. Speaking of rain, which we just talked about, some nice light waterproof pants that go over your normal pants. So if it's raining, which happens almost every day here in Ireland, very important to keep yourself dry. So this is for the pants, and obviously I also have a rainproof jacket as well. Continuing to speak of rain, just a kitchen towel to remove any water from lenses or cameras or anything. You don't want to take your gear wet home at all. So always nice to have a kitchen towel with you. Some more lens cloth. And then the eye cap medium size. So this is used to have the laptop with us, next to us on the side. If it's raining, it covers the laptop from rain, but also from sun. So in those sunny countries where the sun is shining really harsh and you can't see a thing with the sun, this will help you as well. Let me show you. It's just very foldable as such. Let's see if I can mount it nice and easy. I can. Okay, so basically, I don't know if you can tell, but the laptop will go here. Okay, so it goes quite inside, and this is waterproof, so you can have it next to you and it'll block strong sources of light like the sun and rain as well. So you can continue working regardless of the weather conditions. It also has a little Velcro thing here on the side in case you need to have cables. So it's a very cool accessory. It's not cheap, but it's sometimes very, very needed. And it folds quite easily. Let's see if I can do it first time round. And last but not least, the monopod. I think this is Manfrotto Elements something. So it was actually a tripod, and this was the removable leg. So it had some padding here, which I don't like the feeling of. So what I did was I put some PVC tape on top of it, so I don't have the feeling of that rubber thing. So call me weird, call me whatever you like, but this is why I did it, because I didn't like the feeling on the hand of that rubber. So PVC tape. Some people put like tennis grip tape or something like that. But yeah, very standard, and it's not the best condition, not in the best condition right now, because some of the grips don't hold the weight as they used to. So sometimes I have the 400 here and it'll start moving. So this is on its last legs, pun intended. So I'm gonna have to replace this sooner or later because it's not working as well as it should. But obviously for a 400 or a long telephoto, it's a very crucial piece of kit. Right, so now we move on to the roller, which is by Think Tank. I'm gonna put the model here so you know which one it is. I believe I have made a video about this in the past as well. First thing inside the laptop, so a MacBook 13-inch from 2018. It's getting quite old. And one of the things from Macs which I don't like is because they're aluminum, when it's really, really cold, the battery will drain extremely fast. So that is quite annoying. Otherwise, it's a phenomenal machine. Still works very well, so I'm gonna keep it as long as it runs. Yes, the new ones are way, way better, but it's still working, so why change it? Right, so we get inside. And then obviously, because I use EF lenses, I have to have two EF adapters so I can use them on my mirrorless cameras. So I guess you can say I'm in between the DSLR world and the mirrorless, because all my lenses are EF, but I have two R6 Mark II. So the converters, the adapters are something I need. So speaking of the cameras, two R6 Mark IIs, and both of them with a grip, because that allows me to shoot more time. I can take pictures in portrait mode without weird positions. The feeling is just so much better to counterbalance the weight of the 400 especially, but also of the 7200. It's just better. I prefer to have a camera with a grip versus one that does not have a grip. So two R6 Mark IIs. Then for lenses, so another lens cloth. So a 16 to 35 f4, okay, for those wide angle shots, very helpful, especially here in Ireland when they have, for example, hurling or camogie squads, all of them come. There's just so many people. It's very helpful for those situations. Wide angle shots of the stadiums, celebrations in the end when there's a trophy, very, very useful. Then the 7200 f2.8 Mark II. This is probably the best investment a sports photographer can make in the beginning. I think it's, in my opinion, still the most versatile lens you can buy, and it's amazing. Mark II, so it's not the newest model, but to be honest, it does the job. Then this is the rent cover of the actual case, so it needs to go in there as well. And last but not least, whoa, not gonna fall. Last but not least, the 400 Mark II as well. Huge investment, but is just worth every single penny. It is a phenomenal lens. It's always on. During matches, it probably takes 70–80% of the shots, and that f2.8 aperture is just amazing. Quality is incredible, so couldn't be happier. So this is my gear, the gear that I use for 2025. Ideally, obviously, if money were not a factor, I would like to have a third body so I could have this lens always ready as well when, for example, celebrations come really close to us. The 70-200 is a bit tight, but most of the time the 16-35 will be in the bag and it won't be used as much. Oh, one thing I forgot actually is that inside this bag I actually have a few silica gel packs laying around in different places to absorb some of the moisture that sometimes can come from matches. So always have that on here, and obviously if it was a really wet game, then I will make sure to put this next to the dehumidifier to capture all that moisture so that it doesn't sit on the lenses or the camera bodies or the backpacks. All right, that's it for now. And of course I had to forget something. So I said I would mention how these loops work. I think I made a video a few years ago about this. So the way they do is they just attach like this. So you get your strap on very fast. Very helpful. So you don't have to fiddle around with the strap itself. It just clips on, clips off, you're good to go. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Stay safe.